down our journey to the what's this little new series we're calling it? Road to the Omen, to the first Omen, to the next Omen, the last Omen. I don't know. I'm not gonna cut this part out. Probably won't. But yeah, I just sat down and watched twice now Damien, The Omen Part 2. Now, this was a kind of a weird sequel. Wasn't really sure what to expect from this. Because like I said, I have only ever watched the original film, the remake, and that weird legendary sequel series TV show that came out in 2013, 2014, whatever that was. So I had no idea what to expect from this film, because when you leave the first movie, it kind of hints that Damien was supposed to go to the White House, that it was hinting that the president was going to adopt him, and that's not what happens. Okay, the movie has this really cool opening where it takes place 1 week after the first film, and we have Bukenhagen. I always feel like I pronounced that wrong. He's talking with his archaeologist friend. They found this wall that supposedly shows the Antichrist in his various stages of life, and it shows the face of Damien Thorn. He's like, I'm going to send this box to the brother of Robert Thorn, who is now the legal guardian of Damien. He is going to kill the son, but we're going to look at this wall to get the absolute proof that we need to kill the boy. They go to the wall, and this crow sees him. This crow is like Damien's familiar throughout the whole movie. I'm not sure Damien is aware of the crow, but it is there, and I love it. But the main plot of the movie skips forward 7 years later. We got this very on-the-nose shot where we introduced to a 12-year-old Damien. The camera is focused on him while he's walking through these flames. Very on the nose, but I like the shot. We focus on Damien and his cousin going to military school. It's kind of like the A plot, but sometimes it's more focused as the B plot. While the true A plot of the film is we are focusing on Damien's uncle. So this would be Thorn's brother and his big company. Yeah, so in the first movie I thought the Thorns were like this big political family. Like Robert Thorn, he was just like a rich kid who just found his way into politics or somehow or whatnot. He didn't really explain it, but this I just kind of assume. But no, in this film, the Thorns are like this big legendary family. Like they're this big estate. Like they're like this, I guess, like old school American money or something. I have no idea. They're like freaking Wayne Tech and Luther Core. Like they have this company that literally has its pockets into everything. Like they have energy, they do food, they do battery powers, they do pesticides. Like they literally do everything, this company. They do spend a lot of time showing what the company does, and it does drag a bit. It also does some weird little politics going about the ethics of the company, because we have this one guy who wants to take the company more into the agricultural sections of the business, where he wants to literally buy up plots of land in other nations and make it so that the indigenous people can't interfere with their business. It's very scummy stuff, and well, it's kind of boring. It's like, I don't want to get involved in this. This is not what I want to watch this movie about. But when you get invested in it, it's kind of a little bit interesting to an extent, because you're like, this is all it's all about, because it's Damien. This is his rise to power. This is how Damien will become so powerful in the world of politics, in the world of business. Well, he is Damien. He's like the evil of Batman. He's gonna have his hands into literally anything. He has his hands in technology. He has his hands in energy. He has his hands in people's food. If he wants to make a bioweapon, put into everybody's little cans of baked beans, he'll do it. He can do it. The movie does kind of drag a bit because it does repeat a lot of steps from the first film, where we have these reporters and kind of religious figures going to the new Thorn family, telling the aunt and uncle the same thing, that hey, Damien's kind of evil, Damien's kind of unnatural, pay attention to him, watch out for him, accept Christ into your life. And it does the same thing. It rinse repeat that the moment someone's kind of figure out that Damien is something more than just a boy, they die. And the deaths are kind of nice in this film. I do like the death. I like the archaeologist reporter lady, where she kind of, when she fully figures out, when she is convinced that Damien is the Antichrist, she's going to do something about it. Her car fails in the middle of the road. She gets her eyes plucked out by the crow. She gets killed and she gets hit by a car. It's so good. I liked it. Movie kind of has the omens in it, you know? I mean, there's no omen. An omen is a death warning. There's no warning to the audience, no warning to the characters that something strange is happening. I mean, I guess you can take the actual deaths as the warning that to the omens, take them as the actual omens, but there's not an omen. There'd be some weird omens that the characters could notice, like some anti-omens. Damien turning wine into water. Nothing silly like that, but actual little things, like weird things happening around Damien, his abilities acting out. Like, there's these two instances in the film that I really like, where when this bully tries to hit Damien just gives him that evil eye, and the bully flies back and starts cowering in the middle of the room. Like, that could be really freaky. Have more things like that happen. Whenever Damien has these interactions with people, have it have a lasting effect. Have Damien be almost like this black spot on the military school. And now that I'm thinking about it, while the military school was an interesting setting, it's not like, for example, Child's Play 3. We're not stuck at military school. We venture out back to the Thorn cabin house. We venture back to New York City, to the Thorn headquarters, then to other places around the world. We're not glued to the military school, so it doesn't really become a central character. It's just a place. So it doesn't really have a setting, and the characters in it don't really have a lasting impression. Even the big bully character, who's kind of set up to be a bully character, after his one scene with Damien and his cousin Mark, once that happens, he's gone. He doesn't really have that big of an impact on the story anymore. Maybe he kind of shows up in the background, but that's just it. You don't really show him afraid of Damien. You don't show him being scared of Damien. You don't see him want to worship Damien. He's just there. And I think you kind of missed the mark of showing Damien accidentally building a cult around himself. That could have been interesting. Because of the drill sergeant that Damien meets, he is in on the conspiracy. So he is a secret Satanist, and it feels like, okay, so how deep does this thing go? How many secret Satanists are in Damien's life that he doesn't know about? And there's a lot, and I can say how many, and this actually is one of the bigger twists in the film that actually kind of surprised me when I first watched it. I actually won't give that one away. How much does Damien know about himself? You know what I mean? Because if you watch the first movie, it can be interpreted in many different ways. It can be interpreted as Damien knows he's the Antichrist. He's always known he's the Antichrist since the day he was born. You can interpret it as Damien is just born evil, but doesn't really know he's the Antichrist, or he's kind of knows. Or you can interpret it as he just doesn't know. He's just a little boy that has these natural instincts. But when you get to this movie, Damien doesn't know he's the Antichrist. He's a 12-year-old boy, has these dark moments, sinister moments. But in my personal experiences, that's most teenage boys. But halfway into the film, when he starts having these experiences, which I do like this one moment where he is having this little dick measuring contest with his history teacher, and the history teacher's like, name all these important history dates, and Damien just named them off the hat, and he's like, I didn't even study this. I didn't even know those dates. They just came to my mind. which is okay. I like that. Damien just knows things. That's just his power. Is one of his powers. He just knows things. That's like the secret Satanist. He says, "Go read the Book of Revelations." Damien reads the Book of Revelations. He looks in it under his hairline. He sees the 666. He freaks out. He runs to the pier. He screams to the water, "Why me?" But after that, he's kind of okay with it. He's cool with being Satan. He's cool with being the Antichrist. He wants to be the beast, which is such a disappointment of Damien's character. Because you could have really done something really cool with Damien's acceptance of becoming the beast. You could show him going down this dark revelation of wanting to be the beast, not wanting to be the beast. He's like, well, I'm a child of Satan. Satan is a child of God. I have free will. I don't want to be the beast. I don't want to be evil. And he has his little rebellion. You know, like how the devil rebelled against God and became evil. He rebels against the devil and becomes good. You know, there's like a turning point. There could have been something really cool with him not wanting to be the Antichrist, but falls into it because of some kind of circumstance. Because almost like, 2 scenes later, when the archaeologist friends of the family, he's like, Damien's the Antichrist. And when Mark, the cousin, hears about this, and he's like, starts rejecting Damien, and Damien's like, don't do this, Mark. I love you. I am the all-powerful Mark, and you can become all-powerful through me. He's like, the heck did this come from? Like, when the heck did you start accepting that you were the all-powerful, that you are the beast? Is that like a full personality switch? It's not like he became possessed, became a whole different person, but it's like, when did you accept this? It's almost like a scene was cut out of the final project. As far as I can tell, there is no missing scene. But from what little research I did, this film had quite a hectic production. Richard Donner did not come back to do this film. There was, I think, 2 directors at one time. Or there was 1 director, then he had to drop out for another project. Then the current director and the producer had such high tensions that apparently one threatened a gun on the other. It was not a good shoot, apparently. But yeah, this film was very, very weird and crazy. One great thing I loved about this film, well, there's many things. This is a bad movie. The score. So they reused the score from the first movie. Not as amazingly well, I would say, as the first one. It doesn't come up as much as the first movie, and it kind of plays in some awkward moments. It's not very effective. The kills in here are, like I said, really good, kind of iffy. The one kill in here is really freaking awesome. So I will spoil this one. So when Damien gets all the boys from his school to go on a field trip to Thorn Industries, they get exposed to this pesticide. They all have to go to the hospital. Damien goes to the hospital because he doesn't get sick. So the doctor wants to take a look at his blood. He sees this boy's blood is a bit part jackal, a little jackal blood in there. Kind of weird. Because in this universe, the angels are so light to just let Damien and whatever demon that's attached to him do whatever they want. The moment this doctor gets the inkling that something is weird with this boy's blood, he becomes marked for death. So he goes to the elevator, puts in the thing, but the elevator starts going all the way up, all the way up. It stops. It breaks. He falls down, but he's fine. It's cool. But when the elevator line snaps, the metal wire up top, it starts falling down. It falls down, cuts the elevator in half, and slices the doctor waist down. It slices his waist clean off. It was so freaking crazy and intense. I did not see that coming out of the Omen. That was so freaking metal. I love that scene so much. Sorry, I'm being so excited. But that was so crazy. I freaked out the first time I watched it. Like, wait, what the heck? Why was all the other dust in the movie like this? But yeah, this was a fun film. not what like I said, well, not what I expected for a sequel for the Omen, but it was still a good sequel. I still say it's a great continuation for what the first film left off. Does it repeat a lot of the same sets of the first movie? Yeah. Does it drag in a lot of parts? Definitely. It feels like you could probably shave off probably 10 minutes of the film. It'd probably be best in his favor. Feels like you're missing about a scene or two with Damien accepting the fact that he is the Antichrist. The ending is a bit abrupt. The ending has a great twist. I won't expect to tell what the twist is, but besides the awesome twist and the fun little fire effect, the film just ends. But there's no awesome shot. There's a little bit cool shot. I will say there is a cool shot. But no, there's not like a cool little... You know how Damien looks at the camera at the end of the first movie? It leads up to it with the funeral and the President of the United States. There's nothing like that. It's just Damien causes another death. He smiles, he gets away with it, and then boom, movie's over. That's just it. Boom, movie's over. But yeah, that is Damien, Omen Part 2. Is it a good sequel to the original Omen? I say it is. It could have been a bit better, most definitely. Like I said, take about 10 minutes off, add a few more scenes of Damien experimenting with his abilities, maybe having a vision with his father. Maybe that could have been cool, that could have been interesting, exploring more of that relationship, exploring more Damien's descent into the darkness, of him wanting to fulfill his role in the prophecy of what he is to become. I think that would have been a lot better than the geopolitics of architecture, or not, of plants. Not that stuff was that bad, but it was kind of Yeah, that is Damien, the Omen 2. What do you think about this movie? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you like that video and you want to see more of this, hit that subscribe button to see more. And we will be back with the third Omen movie, The Final Conflict. So, till then, see ya next time. Bye-bye. See cups. Beat 'em up, beat 'em up, beat 'em up. You're still here? You're actually still here at the end of the video? Oh, I'm surprised. Thank you for staying for the whole thing. If you have a few more seconds of your time, if I could, can you scroll down to that description and hit that little button that takes you over to my Twitch? I stream there almost every day. We play horror games, action games, and visual novels. So, if you don't mind, if you like what I do here, if you can stand my annoying voice here, follow me on Twitch and we can hang out some more. Alright, hope to see you over there. Have a good day.